I'm sure that these benches have heard that, and I'm sure that the Minister responsible will want to correct it ASAP.
Would you like to put a wager on that, Lindsay Hoyle, that Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden coming back and correcting the record at next week's PMQs? That's a bet I feel pretty confident I'll win, I think. But hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, after this week's PMQs, where Angela Rayner was concentrating on housing, mortgages and renters, I suppose, Oliver Dowden and his gaggle of bandits spent more time laughing at his lame jokes.
It may come as a surprise to the Right Honourable Lady, but actually some leaders trust their deputies to stand in for them. And when it comes to mortgage rates, I support the independence of the Bank of England taking the necessary measures to control inflation. Just ask the IMF about what we have done in support of them. They've said we have taken decisive and responsible action to bring down inflation, and we will continue to do so. But what's Labour's plan? To borrow £28 billion a year, pushing up inflation. To cut our domestic energy supply, pushing up inflation. And to penalise workers saving into their pensions, pushing up inflation. There we have it from Labour. Endless borrowing and higher prices.
Angela Rayner.
Mr Speaker, we've had 13 years of Conservative failures, and that homeowners watching that pathetic answer will be cringing that they aren't celebrating the government's success, they're counting the cost of their failures, and the only thing that's not soaring in prices at the moment is his gags that are getting cheaper by the minute.
Then the most painful, teeth-scratching stand-up comedian in political history, Oliver Dowden, received one of the most brilliant, epic burns I've ever seen, in my eyes, from the legend that is SNP's Mhairi Black.
They're both correct.
Well, Mr Speaker, may I actually just begin by saying genuinely how sorry I was to hear that the Honourable Lady will be standing down at the next election. She and I joined this House at the same time, and I know she has contributed much to her party and to this place. And may I also say I'm sure she will wish to join me in celebrating His Majesty King Charles receiving the Scottish regalia, I think pretty much as we speak. There's always time for a Damascus conversion, Mr Speaker. But when it comes to the NHS, I will take absolutely no lecture from either party on it. It has been there for me. I was born in an NHS hospital. My children were born in an NHS hospital. It's been there for me and my family, and this government has put record funding into it.
Mhairi Black.
The Deputy Prime Minister, I thank him for his kind words, and we did join this place at the same time, and I'm pretty sure we'll be leaving at the same time.
Gonna miss her passionate swashbuckling speeches, I can tell you, and will be a sad loss, and good luck in all her endeavours in the future. But anyway, after our deputy dog had finished his repertoire of already scripted, embarrassing jokes at our expense, Labour MP Dawn Butler for Brent Central asked for a point of order about a very familiar massive whopper that's already in a long list of other lies that our Oliver Dowden has already told.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It's a shame that the Deputy Prime Minister has left, because this point of order refers to his presence in the Chamber on the 7th of June, where the Deputy Prime Minister claimed that my party's plan to invest £28 billion a year in green energy would add £1,000 a year to everyone's mortgages, He made the claim a day after the Daily Mail reported this figure and said it came from Treasury analysis, Mr. Speaker. However, the Treasury has admitted that the statistic does not come from official analysis. It has been forced to make the admission to the Statistics Authority after the organisation demanded to know where the figure had actually come from. The Statistics Authority told LBC that despite investigation, it has been unable to find any official source for the figure, stating, "We spoke to HMT and they have informed us that the figure quoted is not based on any analysis produced by Treasury officials." Mr. Speaker, the ministerial code, which all government ministers must abide by, states it is of paramount importance that ministers give accurate and truthful information to Parliament, correcting any inadvertent error at the earliest opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I would be grateful if you could advise how we can get the Deputy Prime Minister, who will be back next week, to correct the record.
Can I first of all say, you've absolutely put it on the record, and I think you've made sure that it has been corrected for the record. What I would say, I have no responsibility, but what I would say is the responsibility lies with the Minister to correct an error and ensure to do so, as you quite rightly say, at the earliest opportunity. I'm sure that these benches have heard that, and I'm sure that the Minister responsible will want to correct it ASAP.
No, I must admit, I was very surprised that Angela Rayner didn't bring this whopper up at PMQs. I was very, very surprised. It would have been really interesting to see what side-splitting, witty excuse he would have come up with to answer it. Also, clearly, I get the feeling that Dawn Butler has clearly had enough of the utter rollicks this extreme Brexit Tory government has spouted, hasn't she, for a long time, because clearly, rightly, she called our spaffer a liar in Parliament and was thrown out for it, wasn't she? It shows you how archaic our Parliament is. You could go to Parliament, talk the utter dirge and waffle and lie as much as you want, and you don't get punished. If you call somebody a liar, you get thrown out. Madness. That's why I'm just wondering if it's maybe time for some sort of either a rule or maybe some sort of written constitution. But if you mislead the House, you have to come back to the House and correct the record at the earliest opportunity. And if you don't, you are banned from entering Parliament and partaking in any government legislation, maybe after a certain number of days, say 10. If you still haven't corrected the record, you'll be forced to resign as a minister or an MP, or even both. Because the likes of our spaffers, probably, and others as well, have basically made things like Erskine May rather redundant, haven't they? Now, he's lied constantly and has led the way for others to continue, hasn't he? But what do you guys think? I will be very interested to hear what you think and what your ideas are. So, anyway, I shall just leave the video here as I'm going to spend some good quality time with my beloved and proper pamperer. Thank you all for all your love, kindness and get well messages. We were really overwhelmed. Well, I know I was. So you guys are absolutely amazing and I love you all so very much and I hope you all have a brilliant weekend and thank you all and I'll see you Monday.